Middle age, old age, the body goes through so many phases and changes so much, and yet I know, the self, I'm trying to find who or what I am. I know I am the same one. I was the one in that baby body, childhood body, middle-aged body, and old body is old now. I am the same person. Intuitively, how do I know? Intuitively I feel that. The law holds you to be the same person. Your school records, your professional records, they all hold you to be the one who was there at 2 years old, the same one who's there at 20 years old, the same one who's there at 40 years old, at 60 years. This is the age of the body. Body changing, I am one. By common sense, by intuition, by inquiry, by law, by accepted usage, I am the same person, same self. Changing and unchanging cannot be the same thing. Literally. Something that's changing, something that's unchanging. How can they be literally identical? No, they can be. In fact, I was going to say they can be related. They can't even be related. One sadhu in Uttarakhand, Ram Sukhdasji, who passed away a few years ago, he used to say, Nitya or Anitya mein koi sambandh nahi hota hai, Mahatma ji. Between the eternal and the non-eternal, there is really no relationship. It seems to be a relationship. And that seems to be relationship is illusory. And that's what is the source of sorrow for us. So that which is changing and that which is unchanging, they cannot be the same thing. Notice one more thing. So I'll be using the word notice. Notice one more thing. That you are aware, we are aware of the body. The body is not aware of us. There are two things to notice here. One is, I am aware of it. I am aware of it. So it's an object. Like I am aware of this bottle. I am aware of this clock, this phone. I am aware, that means I am separate from that which I am aware of. Seer and seen are two distinct objects. Did you have a question? You raised a hand there, straight back there. Oh, the voice is changing? Oh, because I'm moving my head around, I think. Yep, so I'll be careful about that. Thank you. So, we are aware of the body. That means the body is an object. I see something. When I see this cloth is something that I see. It must be different from my eyes. It's a minor point. Very simple point. But the seer and the seen are different. The knower cannot be the known. This is, in philosophy, they call it self-reflexivity. The eater and the eaten cannot be the same thing. I am eating food. Until it's in my tummy, I can't say we are the same thing. It's something different, therefore I can eat it. Food and the eater of the food are different. The knife cannot cut itself. Similarly, the seer doesn't see itself, the seer sees an object. So if we are experiencing the body, it's an object. Not only do I see it, I touch it, I can smell it, I can taste it, I can hear the rumbling in the tummy. The body is an object to all our senses. How can it not be an object? It's a thing. Notice, the doctors treat it as a thing, a biological machine. So it's a thing, I am, whatever I am the knower of this body. Therefore I cannot be the body. And one more point. You, we are aware of the body. The body is not aware of me. When I look at the hand, I am aware of the hand. The hand is not aware of me. It doesn't say, hello Sarvapriyanandaji, another Vedanta talk, huh? Nothing. The hand is not aware of me, it's not aware of anything, it's not even aware of itself. I am aware of the hand. And I am aware of myself also. So awareness is on our side, not on the side of the object, not on the side of the body. I am aware, body is not aware. I am aware of it, body is an object to me. It is changing, I am unchanging. Being unchanging, being the seer, being aware, and the body being changing, being the seen object, and not being aware, I cannot be the body. Can you see the body in this way? Can we notice this? Just notice. Say, all right, I don't mean that I'm exactly the body. What I mean is I am a conscious being, a person in the body. I am embodied. That's what I mean. All right, let's see that. Let's go deeper. This whole process of Panchakosha Viveka is turning our attention inwards and making it subtler and subtler. Turning attention inwards, making it subtler and subtler. Upanishad says, Anyoantaratma pranamaya. So the physical body is not the self. Therefore, Taittiriya Upanishad. Then you are something antara, inwards to this. Do you agree? Yeah, I am somewhere in there. When I say I am not the body, I don't mean I am there. Out of body experience. No, I feel I am somewhere there. Alright, I don't know what exactly, but something in there I feel. Alright, I am a person in the body. Let's look inwards. The next thing we feel, our attention is drawn to prana, to breathing. And in Vedanta, it's not just the breath, the entire, what you might call vitality, which keeps the body a living body, life itself, the activities of the senses. All of these are powered by what is called prana. But let's draw our attention just to the breath, and that to the breath of the nostrils. Here. Notice. Am I the breath? No, the breath changes and comes and goes. So, when the breath is coming and going, it's different, it's changing. Yet I am the same one who's breathing in, I am the same one who's breathing out. I don't change. The breath is continuously changing. So changing and unchanging, I cannot be the breath. Notice the same point. Am I aware of the breath? In that case, the breath is an object. The prana is an object. You notice? Breathing in, I'm aware of breathing in. Breathing out, I'm aware of breathing out. Mindfulness. $1 billion industry in US, And the whole thing depends on your being aware of the breath. If you say, I'm not aware of the breath, the whole industry collapses. We are aware of the breath. What Vedanta is asking you, what mindfulness says that focus on the breath, it will calm down the mind. But what Vedanta says, notice that the breath is an object. And you are that which is aware of the object. So, you cannot be the breath because it's an object. Drishya, seen. Seen means not with the eyes, but you experience it. And the related point. Notice again, you are aware of the breath. The breath is not aware of you. Simple point, but we often don't notice it. Notice, breathe in now, and breathe out now, and notice, I was aware of it. That breathing in, that whole process, that was not aware of me, or anything else, or itself. So I am conscious, breath is not conscious. I am the subject, breath is the object. I am the knower, it's the known. And I am unchanging, the breath is changing. Therefore, I am not prana. Let's look inwards. Then what am I if I am not prana? Let's look inwards. Anyoantaratma manomaya. Upanishad says, mind. The self is the mind. And we say, now we are getting somewhere. This is what I meant. Mind is thoughts, emotions, ideas, memories, ego. This bundle is what I meant. I am this one. Most people, most educated, thinking people, we naturally identify with the mind. We say, yes, I did not mean I am the body, the physical body. I did not mean I am the prana, but I am the one person in this living body, living prana, body, physical. In this living body, I am the person. That's how we think of ourselves, most of us. Person, the mind, thoughts, feelings, emotions, ideas, a unique mind. I am that one. But immediately notice, changing, unchanging. Does the mind change? You say, oh boy, does it change. Morning to afternoon to evening, from today itself, how much it has changed. Throughout our days, throughout our years of our lives, from our babyhood to childhood till today, how tremendously the mind has changed. Imagine the mind you had, suppose you're middle-aged. Imagine the mind we had when we were teenagers. What do I mean by that? What were our thoughts? What were our desires? What were our complaints? Plenty of complaints, teenagers. So, and how different the mind is now. And yet I cannot deny, I was that, experiencing that teenage mind. I am here now, experiencing the middle-aged, the mind in middle age. Therefore I am unchanging. But the mind has changed so much. And go further. Are you aware of the mind? Yes. If you look inside, thoughts. If there is pain, I am aware of the pain. If there is misery, I am aware of the misery. If there is a burst of joy, I am aware of it. If I remember something, I am aware of it. If I cannot remember, I'm aware of that failure of memory too. I am aware of the mind, therefore the mind is an object. I am the knower of the mind. Further, and this is very startling, I am conscious. The mind is not conscious. So what kind of crazy talk is that, Swami? Mind is what we normally consider conscious. In consciousness studies, if you ask them, what are you studying? They will say, give us some examples. They will say, thoughts, memories, perceptions. This is what we are studying. But Vedanta, not only Vedanta, Sankhya, Yoga, Vedanta, Buddhism also, will say that consciousness and mind are not the same thing. Consciousness is that which is aware of the mind. You are aware of the mind. You have an experience of the mind. The mind is something that you are experiencing. So, the mind is an object to you, whoever is aware of the mind. We are inside. When we look inside, we are aware of the contents of the mind. That is introspection. In fact, the philosopher whom I mentioned at the beginning, Searle, the German philosopher, his whole philosophy, phenomenology, was based on introspection, in looking into the contents of our conscious experience. Searle. It's become known as the phenomenological approach now. Anyway, but what Vedanta takes away from it is, if you are the knower of the mind, then you cannot be the mind. Just as I am the knower of this cloth, I am not the cloth. I see the cloth, therefore I am not the cloth. I experience the mind, therefore I am not the mind per se. And not only that, I am aware of the mind. I am aware of my thoughts. A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, I am, Sarvapriyanandaji. These are all thoughts. I am aware of them. They are not aware of me. If you precisely notice thoughts, if we notice our own thoughts, we will see they are like mental talk. They are not aware of anything. We are aware of them. So, I, the unchanging, I, the knower, and I, the conscious one, am different from the changing, knowable, non-conscious mind. I am not the mind. Mind is there, but I am not the mind. Upanishad says, we are getting somewhere now. Let's go deeper. Anyoantaratma vijnanamayaha. Let's go deeper. Let's turn inwards. The mind itself has a higher faculty called intellect. The capacity to comprehend, understand, in fact, the power of the mind which we are using just now. Am I that intellect? Notice again. Does the power of comprehension, does it change? It changes. It changes. I don't get it, next moment I get it. We have all done this in school and in college when we struggled to understand a difficult concept and then we understood it. Notice what changed? Non-comprehension into comprehension. From not getting it into getting it, intellect. It changes. Am I aware of the intellect? Yes, if I choose to be, I can be aware of the intellect. The functioning of our understanding. I can be aware of it. It can be studied. And am I aware and it's not aware? Yes, I am conscious. The intellect itself is not conscious. Therefore, I am not the intellect. I am not buddhi, vijnanamaya. I am not the intellect. Notice and be convinced of this. Notice that all this understanding is also going on in the intellect itself. We are using the intellect for all of this, and yet we are saying we are not that. This is what was meant when the ladies here presented that beautiful hymn, the stotra, Nirvana Shatakam. What was the first line? In one line, Shankaracharya expresses what we did till now. What we have done till now, expressed in one line. Mano buddhya hankara chittani nam. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the memory. All our storehouse, what we call personality, is basically storehouse memory. I am not the memory personality. I am not even I, ego. I, the one which is saying I, that also I am not, because I am aware of it. It changes, it comes and goes. When you are in deep meditation, in deep focus, or in deep sleep, I goes away. So I am not even that. Vijnanamaya, I am not that. Turn inwards from that, Anyoantaratma Anandamaya. So Vedanta talks about something deeper than that. If you turn inwards, suppose I shut down the world. I am not aware of the world. In quietness, suppose I forget the body. I am not paying attention to the breath anymore. I am not even thinking any thoughts. thoughts are silent. I'm not even trying to understand anything. Mind is silent, intellect is silent. That blankness, which is most clear in deep sleep. No experience of any particular thing, just the experience of a general blankness. I am experiencing blankness, even that kind of thought is not there. If that thought is there, then you are not in deep sleep. So that state, that is called Anandamaya, the blissful state in the Vedanta. That's deeper than the intellect, because if you shut down everything, you will reach there. That also you are not, because that's a particular kind of experience. That also comes and goes. You are the one who was awake. You are the one who was dreaming. You are the one who was in deep sleep. And you are the same one who was awake again. You can't say somebody else was in deep sleep. I am awake now. Little interesting tidbit for you to ponder about. This, about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was in a philosophy class at Harvard University. We were studying Descartes' first meditations. The famous French philosopher. All of us, even if you have not studied philosophy, we know Descartes because in mathematics, Cartesian coordinates. He was a well-known mathematician, but he is also a well-known philosopher. So he's the one who discovered who came up with the formulation cogito ergo sum. I exist because I think. I think, therefore I exist. He's trying to find out what's the one thing you cannot doubt. What is the one thing we can never doubt? Everything in the world can be doubted. This whole world we're sitting, it can be doubted. How? How will you doubt this, Swami? It could be dreaming. It could be virtual reality. It could be in a Matrix movie. How do you know it's real? It can be doubted. It's possible that we have had these experiences and now virtual reality. David Chalmers has written a book, Reality Plus. And then he says, you can have this experience and it feels real, so why not call it real? So, you can doubt everything. Even this body you can doubt because it could be an imagination. In your dream also you see the body, but that's not real. But one thing you cannot doubt is your thinking. Even to doubt, is this real or is this false? You're thinking. Even to doubt whether you're thinking, am I thinking at all? That's a thought. Therefore I exist, because my thoughts cannot be doubted. I am the thinker of those thoughts, therefore I exist. That is Descartes. Vedanta goes one step deeper, with Sankhya goes one step deeper. It's not that I think, therefore I exist. I exist, therefore I think. How do I prove this? So I asked my professor there. Even Descartes must have fallen asleep after all his philosophy. Especially after philosophy, you feel like sleeping. So you've fallen asleep. No thoughts. Therefore, Descartes did not exist when he was not thinking. You may say that, he did not exist when he was not thinking. Deep sleep. But then, when he wakes up again, there are thoughts. That means, did he come into existence every time he wakes up? Are there many Descartes popping in and out of existence? The moment you fall asleep, you've gone. The moment you wake up, a new you has come into existence, exactly like the old you. Or, is it possible that Descartes exists and sometimes thinks, sometimes does not think? There is no answer to that. Anyway, that's just a tidbit. So in deep sleep also, we exist. It's just a state of blankness. Then what am I? I am the consciousness to which all these are appearing and disappearing. Notice one thing, that when you are experiencing the body, you are aware. We are aware. I'm using awareness, consciousness interchangeably. When we are experiencing the breath, aware. When we are experiencing the mind, thoughts, emotions, aware. When I'm experiencing the intellect, understanding, not understanding, aware. When I'm experiencing nothing, blankness, aware. You may doubt me on that, dispute me on that, but that's what Vedanta says. And it's pretty logical actually. Aware. That awareness, however, there's a unique thing about it. It is not like these other five. Physical body, the vital prana, the mental, the mind, the intellectual buddhi, and the causal state of deep sleep. They're all objects. This awareness is not an object. I'm using the word this means object, but it's not this. You are the awareness, we are the awareness, and it's not an object. It is to awareness that the body appears, that the prana appears, that the mind appears, that the intellect appears, or the blankness appears. But you are unchangingly, always shining that object. Upanishad says, Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. That shining, everything else shines. By its light, everything here is lit up. By you shining, you the awareness shining, everything here shines. By your light, everything here is lit up. That light, however, that awareness is not an object. It is that to which everything else is an object. It's present all the time, yet we don't notice it. I'm reminded of the story of Mullah Nasruddin. He was trading, going from one kingdom to another, and the border guards in that kingdom, they knew this fellow is a smuggler. But what he is smuggling, they could never find out. So he would come loading his donkey with all kinds of goods, and the border guards would check very carefully. They found everything is in order. And every time they would come and pass, they would just search and search and search. Nothing. And many years later, Mullah Nasruddin had retired, the border guard had retired. Once they were having tea together, the border guard said to Mullah Nasruddin, let me ask you one thing. Don't be afraid, because I am retired now. I can't arrest you. I am sure you are a smuggler. Every time you would come loading up your donkey with all the goods and all, I would search, but I could not find anything. So please tell me, I still am very curious. What is it that you are smuggling? Don't lie to me. Admit it, you are a smuggler. And Mullah Nasruddin said, why? Donkey, of course. Your attention is misdirected at the goods, the donkey. Magicians often do this. They misdirect our attention. The real trick is elsewhere. Magicians do this. God is the greatest magician. And he has misdirected our attention towards samsara, away from God. Where is God? In you. Where in me? Heart, lungs? No. Breath? No. Thoughts? No. Is God a thought? No. Is God my understanding, some philosophy, some conception? No. Is God nothing? No. Is God something? Neti? No. Oh, then God is nothing. Neti? No. Then what is God? What is the one thing which is not something and not nothing? Is God something that we know? No. Is God something that is unknown? No. Kenopanishad says, Anya deva tadvidita dato avidita dadhi. Kenopanishad says, other than what is known, other than what, and beyond what is unknown, other than the known, other than the unknown. You see, you're speaking in riddles, Swamiji. Very simple answer. There is one thing only, and thing is not the correct word to use. There is only one entity, one reality, which is not a known entity, not an unknown entity also. What is that? You yourself, the knower, the witness, consciousness. It is not known because it's not an object to be known. But it is not unknown because it is that to which all knowledge comes. Every experience is coming to us as the awareness. Without us, no experience is possible. Nothing can experience without awareness. Awareness is that which makes experience possible. The reason why it is not known is not because it does not exist. It's because it is hidden, like Mullah Nasruddin, hidden. Hidden behind what? Hidden behind all experiences. Hidden as the illuminator of all experiences, as the one subject of all objects, as you. How do I know it? Don't try to know it. Dregeva nartadrishyate. The knower cannot be objectified. The seer cannot be objectified. The witness cannot be objectified. You are the witness consciousness. You can never be objectified. Crucial thing, never try to know the knower. Then what should I do? Know that you are the knower, and that's it. And to you comes all these experiences. The complete proof. Think about this, that actually if you knew it, whatever you know can be doubted. That was Descartes' project. Whatever we know can be doubted. The one thing that cannot be doubted is that there is something that knows. Why can you not doubt it? Why can we not doubt that we are awareness? To doubt that awareness, we still have to be aware. Shankaracharya says, Ya eva tasya nirakarta tasyeva atmasa. Whoever doubts that awareness self is the self of that very one. By the very act of doubting, you have proved that you are beyond any doubt you exist. So all acts, all experience, all knowledge is possible because you are awareness. That awareness, which is always there like Mullah Nasiruddin's donkey, always there, not noticed, smuggled in. Why not notice after so much investigation, philosophical investigation by Descartes and Husserl and so many philosophers and neuroscientific investigation? Why not notice? Again, let me invoke Mullah Nasiruddin. Once, they saw Mullah Nasiruddin searching for something, another lamp, street lamp. Somebody went and said, have you lost something? Yes, my keys. I've lost it. Oh, let me help you. He also started searching. After some time, nowhere nearby. Then he asked Mullah Nasiruddin, are you sure you lost it here? And he said, Mullah Nasiruddin said, no. I lost it there. He pointed there somewhere. Then why are you searching here? No, it's dark there. I can search here. It's light. That's exactly what we are doing. All our experience is objective experience. It is presented to us the consciousness. So we are searching there, all experience in objects. Now we are looking for consciousness in the object. Never try to make yourself consciousness an object. It is more certain than objective knowledge. You are surely the Atma. That is the meaning of Tattvamasi, that thou art. At some time, do this exercise. We will not do it now. Simple exercise. Sit quietly, close your eyes, settle down. Take your time, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, breathing in and breathing out. Then feel the body. And notice, always a crucial word, notice. It's an object. I am aware of it. It's not aware of me. It has changed so much and it will keep on changing. I am the unchanging. Therefore, I cannot be it. Then breathe in and breathe out, actually. And notice, it's something changing, in and out. It's an object. I am aware of it. It's not aware of me. Therefore, I cannot be it. Then turn even further inwards. Thoughts. Notice your thoughts. Sometimes when you try to notice the thoughts, there will be no thoughts. The mind is very naughty. Calm the mind down, there should be no thoughts. All sorts of thoughts will come. Now Swami has told me to look at a thought. Let me see a thought. No thought is coming. Swami, no thought. Very mischievous. Then that no thought, the blankness of the mind, let that be your object. So the presence of thoughts and absence of thoughts, I am aware of it. I cannot be the mind. Even this intellect, I am aware of it. Therefore, I am the witness of the intellect. I am not the intellect. Even blankness, if I turn away from everything, body, mind, prana, intellect, everything, blank, nothing. Let me seriously imagine nothing. Total blankness. Even this thinking goes away. But that's also an experience. One thing that doesn't go away is experience. If experience is not going away, that means consciousness is always there. That unchanging consciousness, I am, not an object. Drigevanatu drishyate. The seer is never seen. Everything is seen by the seer. You are that seer. Not only that, one more point, then I'll be done. Everything appears to you, the consciousness. One. Everything. And it appears in different ways, different modalities. You see, you hear, or hear, or smell, or taste, or touch. The world, universe appears to us in our perceptions as forms, sight, as sound, just now, auditory, hearing, as taste, tongue, as smells, fragrances, or not so nice smells, nose, or touch, warm, or cold, or hard, or soft. So, it's called the haptic sense, all of them. Plus, internally, apart from the senses, the universe appears to us as thoughts, emotions, memories, desires, good and bad. Now, first step is the universe appears to you, the consciousness. Second step is the universe is appearing to us, the consciousness, in the consciousness. Look at the difference. To consciousness, in consciousness. I will not explain this. In consciousness. And finally, the real point which Advaita wants to make is, it is consciousness itself appearing as its own object. 3 points. The universe, the objective universe appears to consciousness. Second, in our consciousness. And third, it is nothing but consciousness appearing to itself as its objects. I'll just give an example and stop. There is this book, recent book, Untethered Soul. Michael Singer, he's an American. In fact, if you Google meditation bestseller, most popular books on meditation now, you will get that book, Untethered Soul. So, I'm just using an example from that. A beautiful example he has given. He says, imagine you go to a cinema hall and it's dark and very vivid, what is called IMAX cinema starts or something like that. Very big screen, very vivid. Not only that, it's not two-dimensional. Imagine it is three-dimensional, 3D. It's like this 3D, with depth perception. Not only that, not only sound and 3D picture, but also motion. Nowadays some cinema halls have this seat will move. Imagine you're in a virtual reality. A headset has been put on you, you are not aware of your body, nothing in the hall, you're just immersed in the environment. So movement is there, touch is there. They are actually working, I saw in MIT Media Labs, haptic sensor. If you touch, they have put a glove on you, so it is putting pressure on our fingers. So it feels like, if I touch this cloth, it will feel light touch. If I touch this table, it will feel hard touch. But it's all the gloves are contracting on my fingers and giving me that feeling of touch. So I feel I can touch the object. Nothing is there. You'll be standing and waving your hand like that, the other person will see. But actually you are experiencing this world. Not only touch. Now suppose smell is there. And some movie theater, they have started smelling. The flower will come, you smell it, and in the seed there will be a little nozzle. It will spray a little fragrance. So you will actually, you smell it. And in India, I saw a theater which goes a little too far. Not a theater exactly, virtual reality experience. Swami Vivekananda jumping into the ocean, Indian Ocean, and then swimming to that rock near Kanyakumari and meditating. So they have recreated it in 3D. I saw that. You make you sit on a chair and put a headset, and you see Vivekananda standing there. Then he jumps into the ocean, and the water splashes out. Then you will actually get water splashed on you. There are nozzles which will spray. It goes too far. It will spray. It will actually become wet, a little bit. Imagine you are in this world. And then Michael Singer says, add more. You are in a character in this 3D environment. Suppose the thoughts of that character, the hero, are in your mind. The memories of that character are in your mind. The desires, the personal identity, the name and the history of that character are in your mind. And also your personal, just like movie hall is dark, similarly your personal memory, ideas about yourself. I am sitting here watching a movie that is blanked out, suppose. How will you feel? How will we feel? We will feel we are that person in the movie. We will totally forget everything else. And Michael Singer says exactly like that it's going on now. You are awareness, but in the virtual reality world of awareness, there is a body which has appeared. There is a personality which has appeared. And this awareness, this global awareness, this unlimited awareness has been sucked in as it were, has been absorbed or has been limited by this body-mind as it were, not really. And I, the awareness, now think, yeah, I'm aware, but I'm a body with awareness. I'm a person with awareness. First of all, I'm Sarvapriyanandaji, this person. I'm quite clear about it. And I have awareness, I admit it. Vedanta says, no, you are awareness with Sarvapriyananda, body, mind and memory and personality experiencing a world. But the whole thing is in awareness. And this global awareness, this underlying awareness, this unlimited awareness is what we are. Compared to this awareness, there is whatever you are aware of is not a second reality because it's not countably separate from you. What do I mean by countably separate from you? If you look out into the Atlantic Ocean there and see thousands of waves, you count, try to count the waves, thousands. You count bubbles and foam, millions of entities. But if you count water, one entity. Why? What do I mean by that? If I count wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, then I can't say water. If the moment I say water, all the waves are nothing but water. All the bubbles and foam and surf are nothing but water. So all of them, the thousands of waves are not a second entity apart from water. If you count water, water is the one non-dual entity in the Atlantic Ocean. Similarly, here, in spite of thousands of entities, millions of entities, some are physical, some are mental, intellectual, thousands of entities, all of them are not a second apart from consciousness, because in consciousness alone they appear, and they are not made of anything else other than consciousness. Their appearance is in consciousness. Another good example is, one example is Michael Singer's virtual reality example, another example is our dreams. In dreams, you see so many people, and you are yourself there in the dream. This body will be there. It's a perfect virtual environment. And you take it to be real, because there's a blankness. You have forgotten you are sleeping on the bed. That is forgotten. And this virtual environment of the dream becomes reality. But there in the dream, it's non-dual. Why? Because apart from the dreaming mind, there is no second reality there. Apart from the dreaming mind, there is no second reality. Imagine, everything that you experience in the dream is your mind. Is your mind, right? The dreaming mind. Similarly, here I am not saying it's the dreaming mind dreaming the world. It is consciousness or awareness in which the universe and the experiencing body-mind is appearing. So consciousness is non-dual. That's my point. Non-dual, Advaita. This is an understanding. Make a distinction, I'll tell you this and stop. Make a distinction between understanding and experience. The experience is dualistic. I am here, you are there. The experience of the waves in the ocean is dualistic. 10,000 waves are there. Your understanding is it is all water, non-dualistic. Our understanding here is it is all one consciousness in which so much variety is appearing. Our knowledge is that this is a non-dual reality appearing as a dualistic experience. To have experience, there must be dualism. There must be subject-object. Otherwise, how will you experience? But the one non-dual substratum, consciousness, Chaitanya, is appearing as this dualistic world of subject-object. Where is Advaita? Here. Otherwise, what happens, you know? We will say Advaita. Where is Advaita? In Samadhi. In deep sleep. No subject-object, blank. That experience is there, that's true. There's an experience of non-duality. No two is experienced there. Here two is experienced. In reality, it is not two. So this understanding, and this is not theory, this is consciousness. In fact, it is more real than anything else. That Anandamayi told that philosopher, not that philosopher, at that time a teenage girl. It is more real. You and I are sitting and talking, it is more real than that. Right now, very visibly, very really, you and I are sitting and talking, we'll all say, yeah, it's real. More real than this is that reality in which all of this is appearing. What is that reality? It is awareness, Chaitanya. It is awareness, Chaitanya. What is that reality? It's you. The real you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Paramastu.